What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a blessed day. For real, for real. We just gonna roll up some of this green shit, smoking some joint on this cold ass day. I'm inside in the sweats and sweatshirt. For real, for real. My heat went out and shit last night. I had to get fucking heating people over here to fix that shit this morning. But one of the most asked questions I get from people that don't know me at all is like, what was life like for you growing up and stuff like that? It was pretty smooth. Like a single mom. I mean, I went back and forth from Indiana to my grandma's house in Effingham, and then to my mom's house here out in the country. So like, it was pretty smooth. A lot of hunting, fishing, four-wheeler riding. I grew up on like a old like we rented a house on like an older rundown farm, but it had like a pond and shit. So like, I was always fishing and shit like that when I was young. Like, but really fucking sports. I played basketball, cross country, track, shit like that. I mainly did cross country and track just to stay in shape for basketball. Basketball was my main thing until I ended up blowing my knee out when I was a freshman. And I ain't even blow my knee out playing basketball. I blew my knee out drunk as fuck getting in a fight at a party. And when I dodged the punch, my knee just buckled and gave out. And I had to have surgery and shit on it. But fuck. Yeah, really growing up life was smooth, man. Like, I mean, like it wasn't the easiest. Like my grandma and grandpa own a farm and shit. They do okay for themselves. But like my mom was a single mom and shit. You know, worked two jobs most of my life until my stepdad came around and stuff like that when I was older. But yeah, most of my life it was just me and my mom, and then me and my grandma in Effingham, or up until I was like 12, 12-ish, 13-ish. Was in Indiana half the time too, out in the country. So like most of my life I grew up in the country. I grew up like last job I had, I worked landscaping in the summer when I was like 16. I ain't worked since then, but like because after that, the next summer, the next school year is when I got kicked out of high school, and then that's when I started hustling and stopped living at home and shit when I was 17, and then started staying in the motel and shit with my big homie and stuff, and when I was 18, I started living in the same motel by myself with throttle and stuff. And then I got my house in Stewartson when I was 18 and shit. So, but like before that, really, it was smooth. Like I would help out on my neighbor's farm and shit that was down the road. Like he would pay me to do stuff around the farm, like bottle calves and scrape calf huts and scrape lots and shit like that. Just stuff around the farm, feed horses and shit like that. But in the summer, I would bale hay and shit for different farmers and stuff like that for side money, beer money. That's pretty much all beer and cigarette money. All we did back then, 14, 15, 16. All we did was just party 24/7. Like, I would, so many days, I snuck out the house and on a weeknight, you know what I mean? And then sneaking back in at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock just to fucking get on the bus or go to school at 7:30 and get no sleep, still drunk as fuck when you get to school. Like, I don't suggest that to anybody. That's not a good life choice. That led me to get kicked out of school eventually because I stopped caring. But I really stopped caring about school once my knee went, because I had no reason to try to keep my grades up for sports anymore. So I'm gonna roll this joint up real quick, y'all. But yeah, really sports. Once once I stopped playing ball and shit, that's when I stopped caring about school completely. And then my sophomore year, I got kicked out of T Town, and then I ended up going to a like an alternative school, and then I got kicked out slash left the alternative school my junior year. And I ain't been back since. But life kept moving because within fucking a year and a half of being kicked out of school, I had my own house and 20 bands to my name. So within 2 years of getting kicked out of school, I had an SRT8 motorcycle and almost 50K to my name when I got in my accident at 19. Like, yeah, so like I mean, I had more than 50K actually, probably. I'm not sure exactly what I had, but I was living a different lifestyle then. Now, man, I'm trying to touch that legal bread. I'm trying to do something better with my life for real, for real. Like, stay out of trouble. I've been dealing with the courts most of my fucking, most of my, all my teenage years from 15 till now. Like, I'm still on felony house arrest or felony probation. Just got off house arrest. So I've been dealing with the court system for a decade now. I'm done with it. I'm ready to get something else going and just do something legal, do something that I can really show off. You know what I mean? Like I've always been flexing on motherfuckers, but I want to do something that I can really show off and be like, yeah, I did that. Which I'm getting there with the studio and the business and everything. Like, but yeah, really growing up was cool, man. Like, shit, a lot of walking around, small town shit, walking around, car hopping, doing dumb shit like that on the weekends and stuff. Like, drinking, partying, like from 14 to 17, you could find me at a party every day, every weekend for sure. Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was at a party. And then during the weekdays, we were doing whatever we could to find. Like, we used to ride four wheelers and dirt bikes all the time, 24/7. We would ride four wheelers and dirt bikes and run from the police all the time. Like, we would literally go into town to look for cops to run from because it was just fun to us. It was small town shit. We ain't have nothing else to do. We was bored kids that were drunk in the middle of the afternoon. Like we were going into town to look for something to do, driving by like the schools and shit, doing wheelies and shit, and with people outside and stuff like that. Kids yelling, "Woo!" We got music loud and shit. Like we used to just do whatever, just the dumbest, most reckless shit. Disappeared for 3 days and then show back up drunk as fuck. Four cop chases later and 4 30 packs gone. Like, but I don't really miss drinking and partying. I drank and partied for a while after I turned 21 and stuff because I was getting sober off pain medicine and fentanyl and all that. And I lived at the bar for a long time. But uh, yeah, I don't really miss partying like that. To be honest with you, like it's not really the most enjoyable thing. Like I don't like going to the bars and just sitting there and shit like that. So, but yeah, man, like growing up in a small town ain't all that bad. Like people make it out to seem like it's bad. Like I loved it, low key. I loved growing up in the country where we didn't have to worry about. We could just kind of do whatever we wanted. As kids, we would just disappear. We would literally. I remember being 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. We would disappear 7, 8 in the morning, and we wouldn't show back up till 9, 10 o'clock at night. Parents had no idea where we've been all day. We've been fucking going from block to block to block on the four wheelers and shit, fucking finding ponds to fish and catching snapping turtles or setting snapping turtle fucking lines out into ponds and coming back and checking them days later. Like we was doing all kinds of shit, finding old stuff that we could scrap copper wire for to get beer money and shit. Like, shit, we pulled the wires out of a lot of fucking old buildings that farmers said, oh, yeah, we're going to burn that building down. You guys can have the wire out of there. So we'd go grab all the wire and then burn off the stuff and make fucking couple $100, get beer for the next couple weeks. Like, for real, like, growing up in a small town, low key cool. Like we got one stoplight. My county and my city's kind of big. Like if you look at Effingham County, it's like a city of like 40,000 surrounded by like 10 small towns. So Effingham County has a lot of people, but like the towns are all small. Like I think there's like 1,800 people in my town. One stoplight, two gas stations. That's it. Nothing else. One stoplight and two gas stations. Like we got four bars. We like to drink in this town. We got four bars. I remember it was common growing up for people to go to church on Sunday and then walk to the bar after church. That's common practice here. People still do it. I don't go to church like that, but that's a common thing people do here every Sunday. You go to church and then you walk to the bar and sit at the bar for a couple hours after church. But small town life is still cool though, for real. Like I used to walk around, backpack on, half pound of weed in a scale, and I only had to worry about two cops ever fucking with me. Like we had one cop on during the day and one cop on at night. Like I only ever had to worry about one cop, like town cop. Now we got county cops and shit that are always around, but I'm saying like in T town, I only ever had to worry like when I was 16, 17, and I was walking around with a backpack on all the time with just half pound of weed and a scale in it all the time. Like I only really ever had to worry about one cop fucking with me. And he's cool, Loki. Now, like I'll bullshit with him if I see him uptown. Now, like, what's up, Officer Lloyd? How you been? Because like I think he Loki has a respect thing for me too. Like he understood, like I was gonna run from him, and he understood that his job was to catch me. He's never caught me. I feel bad for the old man. He's never caught me ever on a four-wheeler, dirt bike, or on foot. I've always got away. He's never caught me. I've been arrested, but not by the T-Town cop. But he's cool. Like he's low key cool. He just sits in his car and reads his book. Like he's cool. We got a couple more cops now because T-Town's a little bit bigger. Back then we only had two cops. I think we have like four now. I think there's two on duty during the day and two on duty at night. But back when I was in high school, though, we really only had two cops, and Lloyd is cool, and I think I've only seen him pull people over maybe 5 or 6 times in my life, like cars. But he fucking used to chase us on four wheelers damn near every day, and he chased me on foot a lot in my life. And literally in one of my songs, I talk about him. I said, had a half pee with a scale when the police pulled up behind me. Had to run, dish it in the trees. Yeah, had to run, dish it in the trees. Mama found my shoebox, had a half pee of weed and some money. Yeah, she had that bitch upstairs when I came home. Yeah, she had that bitch upstairs when I came home. Said, if you want to keep doing this, son, yeah, you got to go. So I left. Started staying at the motel. Like, I got a whole song literally about all that. Like, and it's all real. Like, that's the thing I hate. Like, I'll get people saying, like, oh, you just capping. Like, nah, everything in my music's really something I went through. Every single part. Like, I can go show you the exact road I was on when that lyric, like what I was thinking about when I said that lyric. Like I know exactly what road I was on, where I hid my bag at while I was running, because I had to go around a corner, and then there's a bunch of trees and a brick wall, and I threw my bag in the trees behind the brick wall where you can't see it, and I kept running. But my bag was back there, so if he did catch me, I was good. Like this was really something that happened in my life. Like I think I was either just turned seven. I think I just turned 17 when that happened. Like people freaking people will judge a book by cover without reading a chapter or two. For sure, it happens all the time, and you just gotta let that shit slide off your shoulders for real because it can't bug you. I heart those comments. I heart them, and just move on. It's just motivation for real. Like it really is. That's all. All those anybody that hates on you if you're trying to do something better, bro. Just use that shit as motivation because you clearly doing something. Anybody, especially if it's people from yo city and yo town hating on you, it's because they're mad. You're doing something better with your life finally. Like Don't let that shit discourage you. Keep moving. Hang on, I gotta figure out which one of these settings works best. I don't know. That's like the flash. I don't know if the flash looks good. Do you guys like the flash or the other way? But yeah, growing up in a small town is smooth. Like there's a lot of shit that we did, like just road tripping. Road tripping was a big thing. Road tripping. That was a huge thing that we did all the time. Road tripping. Just fill up a car full of people and just go drive in the country and get lost. Road tripping was like the biggest fucking thing in my town, for real. Like, if there wasn't a party going on, let's go road tripping. Like, and we would road trip till 4 or 5 in the morning and never really had to worry about shit. Like, especially if you get out in the deep country, like, you don't really have to worry about shit except running into a county cop every once in a great while. And like I said, if you know growing up in a small town is not the same as growing up in the city. Dusting the cops is pretty fucking easy. I mean, dusting the cops in general is pretty easy, but running from the cops in the country, especially if you know the roads, is honestly one of the easiest things to do. Like, as long as you're not in a super slow car, like you can get away from the cops pretty easy. I'm not saying don't go running from the cops if you ain't doing nothing wrong, but if you are, running from the cops is really one of the easiest things you can do in your life. The only time it's not is when you're in the big cities and they got choppers and shit. And even then, if you're in something fast enough, you can outrun the chopper. So, but in the country with no choppers and just one or two cops, you can dust cops in minivans and fucking pickup trucks, fucking regular 4 cylinder, 6 cylinder cars. Like, it's really not hard to dust the cops. Like, if you know where you're at, they won't drive fast like you will on country roads. Like, I know every country road around here, so getting away from the cops was always pretty fucking easy for us. Like, I remember one night, I wasn't even driving this time. My buddy was driving, and we were pulling up to a party as the party was getting busted. This was right before my accident. I was like 19. I didn't really party that much then, but he convinced me to get out the house. We got like 2 30 packs on us, 2 cases of Twisted Tea. I got the strap on me. Like, we're pulling up to a party because we're going to another county too. Like, that it was like 30 minutes away, 45 minutes away. So like, I don't go nowhere without the pull on me, especially back there. But like, we're pulling up to the party, and as we're pulling up to the party, two truck cops are pulling up to this party to bust it. So like, we turn onto the road. There's a cop sitting like this way right here, and then we turn onto the road and go past him, and he turns around and gets behind us, turns his lights on. We take the fuck off in my homie's truck. We fucking get past the farm where the party is. There's another cop pulling in right there. He turns around, turns his lights on. They start chasing us, leave the party that they're about to bust to chase us. We slide out onto this fucking one, like 2 lane. It wasn't a highway, but it's like a center line road where there's 2 lanes still. We slide out onto this one. There's another cop sitting right there, so we couldn't go across it. So we had to slide on, and then we passed two more. I'm throwing cases of beer out the window, but yeah, I still kept the pipe on me because I'm like, Trenton, I'm throwing this out last if we have to. Like, so like, we're flying, bro, for real. We're doing 120. He turns his fucking lights off and everything. We're flying down the road doing like 120 with the lights off. I'm like, oh no, this is not good. We turn the lights back on, take a right. He turns the lights back off, stomps on it. I see reflections ahead of us though. I'm like, Trenton, curve! He turns his lights on at the last second just to fucking see that there was a house and a curve coming. We drifted that curve, got back onto the highway road, and got back to Effingham and got away. That shit was one of the closer ones I've had in a car because there was like five of them after us. And this is like whatever county fucking Louisville, Illinois is. I can't even remember. Like, I think it's like fucking Clay County, maybe. Yeah, I think it's Clay County. I think they only have 5 or 6 cops, and we had five of them after us that night. But I'm glad I didn't throw the pole out the window for real. I was also pissed that I threw the beer out the window because we weren't 21 yet, so we couldn't go get more. And I already had 3 consumptions when I was a minor. So who the fuck? I wasn't trying to get another consumption, so I just chucked the beer out the window. But I wasn't trying to throw the pole out the window because you know them bitches aren't cheap. But yeah, growing up was smooth, man. Like some of the best times just growing up in the country and like sledding and stuff behind four-wheelers and trucks and shit like that, and just really just spending all day around a pond fishing or spending all day out in the woods just doing random shit with your homies when you're fucking 10 years old. You know what I mean? Like running around with BB guns, killing squirrels and shit, and just doing the most random stuff that you can do as a kid in the country. Really, your mind's like whatever your little mind wants to do, you can do for the most part, even if you ain't like I ain't like I had to go borrow four-wheelers and stuff because my mom didn't ever have a four-wheeler or anything. 'Cause she, like I said, my mom was a single mom and worked two jobs, so I always just went and grabbed my grandma's four-wheeler. But yeah, like whatever you really wanted to do as a kid in the country, you can do. You ain't gotta have a lot of money. You just need a bike and fishing pole or whatever, and you can have a day's worth of fun for real. Like, yeah, I think if I had to choose, I think I would. If I did raise a family, I think I would raise a family in the country and not in the city. I think I would buy some which I already have some acres in the country. I already got 2.5 acres of land out in the country with a trailer and a shed and everything on it. But I don't think I don't think I would raise kids in a big city, especially not nowadays. I think I would definitely raise them out in the country. It's just a difference, I feel like, in from the big city to the country. You know what I mean? It's even in the 2000s. Like I remember my first phone like was the flip phone, and you had to buy minutes for it. But I never used it, bitch. I would leave at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I wouldn't talk to my mom till 10 o'clock at night. I'd just disappear and show back up. Like we grew up like 90s babies. Don't keep coming in and out the house all day and letting the air out, drinking out the water faucet, like or drinking out the garden hose outside. Like we grew up like 90 babies. Like I was in 4-H and shit. I raised pigs in one of these old barns and stuff like that that was on this farm that we lived on. Cause like yeah, so like I don't know. I just did whatever my little heart desired as a kid, to be honest. And until I got old enough to where I fucking wanted my own shit, wanted my own things, fucking got kicked out of school. You gotta grow up real quick when you're 17 and you're not in school no more. You're not going to college and shit. You gotta grow up quick. But before that, life was smooth for sure. But I'm gonna let y'all go. Have a nice day, y'all. Be smooth. Stay warm. It's cold. Hopefully, no one else's heat goes out like mine did. Have a good day, y'all.